Hello and welcome back to Empires of Europe 1700. So we're here and we're trying to make a decision. And, well, I'm kind of in a bit, I don't know, a bit of two minds about this. Because on the one hand, I think it's probably a really good idea for us to make peace here, because then we can start focusing on the Spanish fiefs nearby. We've just taken a relatively large town. Well, not me, but my vassals have taken a relatively large town from the Holy Roman Empire, and it would make a bit of sense to, so shall we say, kind of cut our losses, even though we're not really having, not really having that many losses, and we are having some very, very good siege successes. As you can see right here, we've got 13 to their 1, which is very, very nice. And then apart from that, we also have a lot of Spanish fiefs really close by to us. So I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe that's going to be something that we want to just focus on. Maybe we want to focus on that. All right, so let's get a little bit of a change of pace anyway. And you're going to see here a load of people have just been, freed, which is not exactly great. And that's exactly also the reason why I generally prefer not to do that, I generally prefer to be a little bit more careful about that kind of stuff. Anyway, I've returned back here to Rome, and the reason for that is because I just wanted to check up on my town management. Everything is basically built. There was just one thing that was still in the queue, because basically what I like to do is after I've gotten a huge amount of policies that make sure that my loyalty is in a good place, all I do is just queue up a bunch of stuff, and then I don't have to worry about the loyalty ever going bad. It's going to be super, super nice, because my governor is in there. He's going to do a great job. This is the reason why I personally prefer only having one town to look after, because I can make that town one of the greatest things in the entire game. And I don't have to worry about anything else. And it's very, very fun to just build up one city and make it the best it possibly can be. Anyway, Genoa did get taken, unfortunately. This is also the reason why I thought, hey, maybe it's a good idea that we just focus on the Spanish a little bit. Neymar, unfortunately, was in a very deep section of Holy Roman Empire territory. However, as you can see, the Spanish have actually started encroaching a little bit, which is very impressive, I have to admit. That's very impressive for them to do that. Thankfully, though, look at this. We go all the way up here. This is pretty crazy. I should probably turn this the right way around just so we can see it properly. But yeah, this is very cool, I gotta say. This is very, very cool. Unfortunately, the Spanish do own a huge amount of fiefs down in the southwest here. Well, we have a bit of a troublesome situation on our hands now. The Polish have decided to declare war against us, and I am a little bit unaware of where the Polish actually are in terms of our current position, because I'm going to assume that they're relatively close by, because otherwise they would not be doing this, of course. So this is going to be a very interesting situation indeed, because I would very much like to focus on the Spanish. So it may very well be the case that I will have to do something a little bit drastic. And this is not something that I've done since the Land of Seeker series. If you remember the Land of Seeker, that was one of my favorite series, because it's kind of like a total conversion, and they created these really, really cool little scenes where you could go and fight undead, and you'd have these really amazing units and loads of really cool factions and everything, and it would just be a whole load of fun. And in Land of Seeker, I did this thing regarding the diplomacy. If you weren't there for that, then, well, I feel sorry for you. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, the point is, you should probably watch that if you haven't seen it. Land of Seeker, very, very good. Anyway, what we're going to do is we may employ a diplomatic strategy that I used with that, because we were having so many issues in that series when it came to factions declaring war against us. We decided that we were going to bite the bullet, as it were, and just eat massive amounts of cash. As in, we are basically going to be burning cash. We're going to be throwing it in the faces of our enemies in exchange for a peace agreement. And unfortunately, because that is surprisingly enough actually kind of, it is actually kind of effective, because let's face it, you know, if you are wanting to make peace and you want to force through a peace, it is actually really, really simple to do that, as long as you're willing to pay 10,000 or maybe even more in cash every single day. Now, this is obviously drastic measures, right? This is very much drastic measures. This is very much something that I would like to avoid if I can. But in these situations, I think to myself, you know what? If we have these two people attacking us and we want to focus on one of them, how do we get them off our backs? The only thing the game allows us to do, which is a little bit unfortunate to be honest, I would like, I mean, as I've talked about many times over, it would be very, very cool if we would have additional options when it comes to dealing with certain diplomatic situations, you know. So for example, if we wanted to assassinate someone, diplomatic, yes, if we wanted to assassinate someone, or if we wanted to you know, broker a peace agreement with someone, it would be cool if we had additional things that we could do apart from just paying them some money. It would be cool if we could, you know, make a more intricate deal, shall we say. A more intricate deal would be really, really fun. So for example, saying something like, oh, you know what, we'll pay you this amount for 5 years, or, you know, however many months or whatever, and then we won't attack you for this amount of time, and so on and so forth. And it would be a little bit more involved in comparison to what we have right now, which is basically just like, okay, we're going to pay you this amount, and that's going to be it until you declare war against us next time. And that's pretty much it, because that's how things work now, and it is a little bit too brute forcey for my liking. I personally prefer, you know, something a little bit more customizable, I guess you could say. But I guess it's not really that bad, right? It's not really that bad, but it would be cool if we could have some more customization to these kinds of options. I think that would be much more fun. Being able to, you know, dictate the terms in a much more ruthless, potentially, manner as well would be kind of cool. And also making it so that the AI wouldn't be such a stickler. And by that, I mean the AI is very, very unlikely, let's just say. They're very unlikely to go through with pretty much anything that is beneficial to you, and that's obviously fine, you know, because most of the time an enemy is probably not going to want to do something that is good for you. However, in the situation that, you know, maybe it is actually good for them, they don't do that. You know, they don't think more than one step in front of themselves. And I have to admit that is a little bit sad, but, you know, that's just how things are, I suppose. But let's take a look at the diplomacy screen. So as you can see, these guys are actually quite strong. We only would have to pay them 8,700. Huh. That is actually not even bad. Where are they? Oh, they're up here. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? So the funny thing about this is that I personally don't want to... well, I don't really want to do anything over in this direction. And I think you know what that means. So what we're going to do is we're basically just going to wait until the Polish do something relatively drastic. Maybe they, you know, start besieging us in quick succession. Maybe they try to take something from us. Because at the moment, they don't seem to be taking anything at all. I actually thought that they were besieging this particular town, but they don't seem to be doing that. So it's, well, it's kind of interesting to see, because I would have expected them to take that relatively fast, considering it's right next to them. And I would love it if we could go and try and take this next town. Unfortunately, this town is extremely, extremely well defended. And it might be impossible, you know, as we've seen in the past. You know, there are a lot of different towns that can, and indeed will, resist any opportunity to capture them. So I'm very much hoping that Namer is actually going to come over here, because as soon as she comes over here, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to bait her into coming into this siege, and then I am going to leave. that is what I am going to do, if I can get her here. If she doesn't come here, then that's obviously fine. Not that big a deal. And I'll just do this the old-fashioned way myself. Oh, Robert has actually created an army. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, bear in mind that I do want to get some more vassals, by the way. I don't have any additional companions right now. So once we do, I'll obviously be doing something about that. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave. And Naima is going to do this siege, and this is the reason why I wanted to do this. I wanted to force her into a siege where I don't have to participate, because if I have to participate here, it's just going to take us much longer than if we were to go and siege something, you know, completely separate, because she's just going to auto-resolve that, right? She's just going to auto-resolve it, and we can go into this castle here, and that's going to be so much better for us. Because this castle only has 250 people here. We should have a pretty easy time. And hopefully she'll have a pretty easy time too. I'm a little bit worried about that, to be honest, because I'm thinking to myself that she's probably going to fail. She may, in fact, fail this, because it is a very difficult siege, but she knows what she's doing. She's taken a number of towns already by herself with all of the vassals that she has in her army at the moment. And we can only hope that that is going to, you know, be the case. She's actually going to be able to do this. I do need some food soon, which is going to be a little bit problematic, I think. You know what? It may, in fact, be a good idea for us to just charge in here. It might take us too long. What do you think? I think it might take us to... Oh, no, look. Robert is actually taking back Genoa. Look at this. Robert is taking Genoa back for us. That is amazing. This is exactly the reason why I really, really enjoy Europe 1100, Europe 1700, as well as a number of other mods that have this kind of situation crop up, because... I don't know about you, but it doesn't feel as though they do this kind of thing in the base game. Is that just me? It probably is just me, to be honest, you know, because I have not seen the base game in quite some time, and maybe I've forgotten, you know, maybe I've forgotten, but from what I remember about the base game, generally the AI seems very, very selfish. They don't seem to want to help you that much. There's only been a very few number of times that I have thought to myself, oh, that is our guy. He's helping us out. That's wonderful. I'm very, very pleased to see that. But most of the time that doesn't feel like that happens. So maybe I don't know, as I say, maybe I'm misremembering, maybe I'm not you know, actually recalling correctly about what's going on there, but generally that's what I think. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, the point is, it's really nice to see that our AI friends are doing something that can actually assist us in a big way. Because as it stands right now, look at what we've got going on here. We've got 2 separate armies plus myself, and they are doing individual sieges, which I greatly appreciate, because if they're doing that, that means that we can expand our territory so much faster, and they're doing it efficiently as well. They're not doing it stupidly, they're doing it efficiently, and that is exactly what we want every single day of the week, because we don't want to have a situation where we are going to you know, be basically having all of our vassals in one basket. That's what I'm trying to say here. We don't want all of our vassals to be in the same area doing the same thing, because that is a waste of manpower, in my opinion. What we want to do is we want to have these guys be significantly spread out, but in a way that is the most effective for us. We don't want them to obviously be spread out and get themselves killed for any reason or another. You know, obviously we don't want that, but we want them to be in a situation where we can actually be efficient and take things that we want to take. And I'm very sorry about all this spam on the screen right now, but, well, I kind of have to kill these. Let's just kill that, kill that, kill that. Okay, now we can tell our forces to charge in here. I didn't want my forces to literally walk right into a massive shot in the face, or shall we say a massive 100 shots in the face, because that is exactly what would happen if I had led them in there at that exact moment. I'm hopeful that our cannons will not shoot all of us right now. I can assume that they might. Yeah, maybe. Or someone shot us. I'm actually not entirely sure, but it's not going to be super difficult here now because we did just get through the hardest portion of the siege. As you can see, we are getting some pretty massive kills now, and we should be absolutely fine. I believe they're probably going to be running away from us now, which is obviously to be expected. I mean, I don't blame them, to be honest. It is very clear that they would probably want to do that. And where are they, actually? I don't even see where these guys are. Oh, there they are. Okay, they were actually waiting at the other section of wall. Well, that's to be expected, but we are indeed going to be coming in from behind, and we're going to be doing a lot of damage, of course, because any kind of ambush like that is going to result in a wonderful little bit of extra ambush damage, I guess you could call it. And there you go. That is it. That is what we like to see. And there it is. That is a very nice little siege. And this is what I'm talking about. Nice and efficient. We did that relatively quickly. We don't have to really worry about, you know, anything happening here. We could just be nice and quick, take all the loot. I'm going to make sure that we start taking loot right now, just in case we do need the cash, because in these cases, I don't really want to be caught out, you know, because there are a number of times where I have had around 1 million gold, and I've then thought to myself, you know what, I needed more, you know, and I don't want to be caught out in that situation. I am actually going to say no to this right now. I have enough influence to disagree with them, so I'm going to say no to making peace with Spain, because I want to continue besieging against them. I will be making peace with the Polish if necessary. Do I need to make peace with them? Yeah, I guess I will make peace with them now, because they are besieging something else. So let's make peace. It's going to cost me 6.6k per day, which I really don't mind. So let's do that. It's going to cost me 710 influence, unfortunately, to force this through. They disagree with that, obviously. I mean, you know, I completely and 100% understand why they would disagree with it, obviously. But I think this is good. I think this is a good opportunity for us, because if we can go over here and take all of these fiefs, we will be in a fantastic position. We will have completely and utterly, basically, what is it now? Solidified? Yeah. Consolidated? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, we would have done any of those things around Italy here, and that would be fantastic. That's really good. You know, taking Syracuse here and Palermo, whatever, we would have been able to do that. And now we've gotten these fiefs. Oh, actually, I'm going to go and take this. I think this is going to be good. Oh, there's only 189 in this castle as well. And there is... Ah, hello there, sir. I will attack you. No, okay, apparently I will not attack you, because apparently he is wanting to run away from us. Very annoying. Oh well, never mind. Doesn't really matter too much. And we can just level these guys up, get some of these to join us. I just want to be a little bit careful with our morale as well. Don't want it to go too low, just in case. And let's see if I can actually catch this guy. Do you think I can catch him? Nope. Oh, he's doing that annoying thing, isn't he? He's doing that annoying thing where he basically just stays between me and this thief, and he's going to go into this one, isn't he? Is he? Oh, he's not? Oh, no, he did. Okay. I was actually thinking to myself right there, I was thinking, oh, yes, let's get him. But no. He managed to make it inside, which is absolutely fine. Now, this is going to be a bit of a tough one, because as you can see, they do have 40 days worth of food. 40 days worth. I don't even know how you can get 40 days worth in a town like this, but yeah, that's pretty insane. Anyway, we'll just give this to Radoslav right here, and yeah, we are hopefully going to be having the assistance of one of our armies sometime soon. Oh, hello. Are they gonna... Wow, they are coming right in. All right, okay. It's going to be fun, actually, to do a field battle for once. It's been a while since we've done one, so it would be pretty cool if we could get this going. Ooh, nice battlefield. I like this. Oh yeah, I like these. I like these kinds of battlefields. Any battlefield that has a lot of trees, I'm not that big a fan of. I do like the ones that are a little bit more... well, shall we say, a little bit more like this, a little bit more plainsy, I guess. I think that's kind of fun. Let's just do this. do that. Just get these guys around about here, I guess. The cavalry can just stand off to the side, I suppose. And then we'll just get our little cannons out the front there as well. There we go. I actually remembered to do the cannons this time. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I never usually remember to do that. And we're just going to do this. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, everyone hold fire. We're just going to hold fire for the moment. The artillery is probably... The thing is, I want to try to make sure that we get as many of the cavalry killed as possible. So if that means waiting a little bit longer to let everyone fly with all their bullets and everything, then that's exactly what we're going to do. Let me just see. Yeah, this seems pretty good. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Let's go for it. Yep, we're getting some good kills. We're getting some good kills. Bear in mind, we're going to have, like, well, we have a huge amount, right? We have a huge amount of, wow, there's actually camels here? What? Why are there camels here? I have no idea. But yeah, we have a huge amount of ammo, so we don't really need to worry too much about this. I don't know why we have some artillery in the back there. That's a little bit strange, but, well, never mind. Yeah, as you could quite clearly tell, these guys have no idea what they're running into, and because we've spread out in such a wonderful manner, it's very, very simple for us. Unfortunate that I'm going to die now. Oh well, never mind. I killed my own horse. Did you see that? Or at least I think I did. Oh, Alexander died at the exact same time as me. Well, that's quite funny. Okay, well, my forces should have a pretty easy time of clearing these guys up because they are inherently going to have the advantage from being so spread out. You can see that exactly what's going on here. Look at this. You see exactly what happened? Every single one of our forces was spread out in such a wonderful way that the collateral damage and the penetration that happens from enemy shots was vastly decreased in regards of their efficiency. And that's, again, another one of those things that we have to take into account. It's all about efficiency. It's all about making sure that they have the least as possible. That is really, really important. Anyway, let's see if I should recruit a couple of people here. Let's get some of these guys, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, doesn't really help us that much, to be honest. Doesn't really help us that much. Okay. 24,000. Do I care about the experience? I guess it is kind of good, considering we did just recruit a bunch of prisoners, or convert a bunch of prisoners, and this is definitely going to make a big, big difference to us. So I'm just going to try and take as much as I can. This is really weird, actually, that there are still... Well, there must have been some... there must have been huge amounts of shall we say, numbers. A huge number of items left over there. I think I saw like 77 of one of these things in one stack, and I was just like, what? That is just crazy, the amount of stuff to gain there. Anyway, yeah, we'll go for mounted patrols, because that is going to give us that minus 50% escape chance to prisoners. I'm not a big fan of keeping prisoners in my army, to be honest, because it does slow us down a lot more. But obviously we're already keeping quite a few people, so I guess it doesn't matter that much, you know what I mean? So, you know, if I was prioritizing speed and I wanted to be as fast as possible on the world map, then I would probably be just executing these people, or not even bothering to take them prisoner, just let them go or something like that. That's also another thing that would be really, really fun to see, actually, just for the diplomacy to have a bit more, I don't know, a bit more of an impact. Just a bit more of an impact. Like, the relation gain. You know what I mean? Like, for example, when you let someone go and you gain some relation with them, it would be absolutely fantastic if you'd have some benefit from that. And I'm sure there is a small benefit from it in some way or another, because I have seen in the past when I've gone to do some bartering with them, or when I've done some kind of deal with them, having a positive relation is definitely helpful, but it feels like it's not that different from just having, you know, 5 or 10, you know, instead of 99 or whatever. You know, it doesn't really seem as though it makes that much of a, you know, huge difference, at least. It makes a little bit, but not like a massive amount. So that's the reason why I kind of think it would be cool if we could have something that is just a little bit more impactful. Anyway, I'm just going to be buying a huge amount of food right here because we needed it. That's the only reason. Yeah, of course, we needed it. And I'm just going to sell the rest here. There we go. And we could sell all of this. Funny enough that there's so much stuff here, but it doesn't seem to really sell for that much. I think it's probably because we... I don't even know, actually. What am I even selling here? What am I even carrying? It must be armor, right? Yeah, it's armor. That's the thing that's actually giving us the most experience and the most cash whenever we, you know, buy stuff or shall we say, take stuff from the loot. Yeah, so as you could quite clearly tell, I abandoned that siege down at Palermo because I needed to actually buy some food because I only had, what, 92 or something like that as it was at the time. So yeah, not exactly great. Now let's actually see what's happening. Ah, Robert is over there. Okay, that's pretty cool. And where is Naima? Is she actually helping him, or I wouldn't be able to tell you. Oh, no, she has... Oh, okay. She has disbanded her army. That's really weird. Whoa. Yeah. These guys have massive amounts of influence, as you can see right there. That's all thanks to the insane amounts of fiefs that I've given each of them. I mean, come on. It's actually insane how much they can get. Because look at this. Settlement buildings are giving me 1.8. Just bear that in mind. They're giving me 1.8. And I only have one of them. So you can imagine how much they're getting. Yeah, no wonder. No wonder. All right, well, let's make our way down there. All right, so we've entered another field battle. Yeah, I'm laughing mostly because it's the same guy. Yes, it's the same vassal that was leading the army beforehand, and he wants to attack us once again. So this is going to be very amusing. Oh yeah, I forgot to put out my artillery. Oh, that's great. That's wonderful, isn't it? Yes. Well, I don't think we're going to need it. Maybe? Maybe we will. Maybe we will. That would be hilarious if we need that now, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be really, really funny. Alright, well, let's just put our guys into a loose formation right now. I've tried to sort of spread them out into sort of like an arrow formation, make sure that we can draw the enemy in as much as possible, and then try to fire in a sort of like a crossfire a little bit. But it doesn't seem as though that's really helping me out that much. Okay, well, whatever. Let's just do a fire at will, see what happens. As you can see, we're fighting a little bit at night here, which is kind of cool, because we do get to see a couple of the flashes of the bullets traveling along and everything, and that's pretty fun, in my opinion. I actually think that's kind of cool to see, and hopefully you can actually see stuff. I think you're able to. I don't think it's super, super dark or anything like that. I do need to be a little bit careful about this. This is actually helping me to see where the bullets are coming from that come towards me, so I guess that is kind of nice. And yeah, you can see here that these guys literally have no idea what is about to befall them right now. I mean, they really do not. They are just going to charge straight on in, and they are going to get murdered, and that is what's happening. Yes, that is indeed what's happening. They have no idea. Look at this. We've lost 7 people right now. We've lost 7 people right now. I'm going to send in my cavalry, and well, the enemy is just completely and utterly destroyed. And well, I've gotten myself killed now, but that's fine because we have the overwhelming advantage here. They're probably going to retreat once again, aren't they? Yep. Seems like they are indeed retreating. As you can see, my forces are just chasing them off right here. We are going to sustain a couple of casualties, but that is, again, not really a problem. We've won. That's all that matters, isn't it? Yes, that is all that matters. And we can indeed take a couple of them prisoner. Here we go. Yeah, you know what? I feel like I should probably execute these guys now. They've been such a huge pain. And it would be kind of nice if we could eliminate them once and for all. At least I think it would be cool to do that. I know people don't really like that much, but I don't know. I mean, we haven't really killed many of the Spanish at all. I don't think we've killed any of them, actually. But they've been such a pain, haven't they? They've been very annoying. I only have a couple of them here. All right, I'm just going to execute them. I'm just going to do it. It's not going to be... This is the funny thing. They are definitely going to still pose a threat. That's the whole point. You know, they have so many vassals And I actually believe that they might even have a couple of vassals that have defected from other factions as well. And that really makes a huge difference too. Obviously, as I said before, relation also, I think, plays a slight difference in whether vassals join you and stuff like that. So for example, because I have minus 100 with pretty much every single vassal in the entirety of the game, it's highly unlikely they're going to be joining me anytime soon. Which is also the reason why it's going to be a very good idea for me to gain a couple of extra vassals. Well, yeah, extra vassals would be good, but companions are the way to get those extra vassals. So it would be very, very useful for me to do that. And we're going to just try and besiege this once again. And we're going to see. Hopefully Robert is still doing a good job. Yep, he is still doing something. He's traveling to Würzburg. Okay, so he's traveling over there. And hopefully he's going to do a good job. Who knows? Ah, and look what we have here. Yes, another peace agreement with the Spanish. That's what they want to try to push right now. But we're not going to be doing that, obviously. I am going to 100% hold out until we have captured every single fief in this area, because we want to make sure that we can solidify our position enough so that the Spanish don't have any presence in the area any further. That is pretty much the most important thing for us right now. Hopefully I'm not going to get shot here. I kind of need to hold position here as well with my forces, because there's a huge amount of people in the garrison here, so kind of a bit unfortunate that I have to do this myself. It would be nice if we could have some assistance, but it's going to be a little bit difficult to make that work, to be honest. But I guess we could kind of maybe do something with this. I don't know, but we are. Oh, we're leveling. Nice, nice, nice. I got another level up. Okay, I like it. Can we get some more of that? Okay. There's the wonderful headshot coming in. All right, yeah, we might be okay, or we might not be. It very much depends. I didn't really clear out as many as I wanted over here. As you could tell, we are suffering a pretty hefty amount of casualties, but the enemy is also suffering a lot. So this is obviously good. There are an even number, by the way, even number of people on our side and an even number of people on the enemy side as well. So it is very much a case of who can, well, who can kill the most, I guess. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? But it seems like us? How did we do that? We only killed 337. They didn't have 337 in the garrison, did they? Okay, apparently they did. I don't actually know. This is kind of weird. All right, that is very strange. I actually thought we were going to have to be... I don't know. We were going to have to be a little bit more careful about that, but apparently not. Okay, that's kind of weird. All right. I'll make do with that. Sure, that's fine. That's good. We've got a town at least, and this gives me the opportunity to pretty much just, you know, stay around here for as long as we want, and we can just relax, and that is it. And I will be very, very pleased. I'm just going to stack up a bunch of things. As I said before, loyalty is, in my opinion, one of the most important, if not the most important thing to have with your towns. At least initially, because you want to make sure that they do not rebel. However, after that, after you have stabilized it and made sure that the loyalty is really, really high, then you can start focusing on things like prosperity. And prosperity is obviously the next best thing for you. Once you've made sure that you have enough food and security, loyalty, all that other stuff, prosperity is what gives you your cash. Obviously, and that's what's actually giving me a huge amount of money as well. As you can see right here, my settlement income is literally over 8,000 right now, and that is purely thanks to one fief. I own one fief right now. All I have is Rome, and that is making a huge amount of cash for us, which is really quite surprising, to be honest. Although, to be fair, probably not that surprising, because I remember in one of our Realm of Thrones playthroughs, I actually did a similar thing. Than what I, as what I'm doing here, where I basically just have one town and I just build it up. You know, I just build it up as much as I possibly can. And in the end, I had that one town giving me like 20,000 or something. I can't remember exactly, so I'm probably misremembering the details. But the fact is, it was giving me a lot of cash, and it was just one town and a couple of villages or something like that, as far as I'm aware, and that was it. And I was very, very pleased with that, suffice it to say. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.